is Black D for Miss Black D Sports Report and more. Well, Patrick Beverly won all the smoke. He went on First Take Monday and gave all the smoke to Chris Paul. As you recall, they had some beef. Well, it's one-sided. Chris Paul has a tendency to get on people's skin. So Patrick Beverly last year, when he was playing with the Clippers, pushed him out of frustration. They was losing, and Chris Paul was getting the best of him. So he went on First Take yesterday, Monday, and he said, basically, I don't lose any sleep when I play Chris Paul, and I just go to the bar or whatever, have a cigar. And he said, I'm more worried about Stephen Curry. So he come back a little bit later and said that, Chris Paul should be bent with some of the things he said about that.
Give me the ball, I'm a dunk it. I don't ever call you and James Harden like y'all are alike. That's James Harden's problem. Patrick Beverly don't show up out of shape. Patrick Beverly is going to be whoever. 16.
You haven't said the Lakers yet.
After 16. I haven't said the Lakers yet because I want to see who they're going to hire as their coach.
Okay.
That matters to me.
So more than their roster?
I'm not saying more than their roster.
Well, he said that Chris Paul should be benched.
I'm not going to contradict anything that JJ just with the Pelicans, the entire series.
Did they look tight last night? Did they choke? I'm trying to make sure I understand what you're
it was a tightness. I don't think it was a choke. They played a really good team.
Yeah.
And a really good player. And lost. Simple as that.
Right, but all through the season, I mean, they had the best record in
By
the NBA,
50,
right?
man. They lost by 50.
And that's the thing when you guys are up here discussing basketball. Preseason is a monster. Regular season is a monster. Playoff is another monster. Elimination games are a whole nother monster. So you can't take what you see regular season and apply. Of course, no one has the time to skate before.
And they really did. But can I add, and they really did. But can I ask you about another thing here? I'm just going to stay with this for a minute here, guys, and we'll get to Boston whenever we get to Boston. But I think this is interesting to me. One thing we haven't even mentioned yet is that DeAndre Ayton got benched in this game, and after the game was over, they asked Monty Williams about it. He said it was internal. That's
Well, we don't know by the Suns' effort.
Person should have benched Chris. I'm not saying bench him now. Once you see they starting attacking Chris early, and you know they might become a problem later on, you need to see how my team works without Chris in the game a little bit. I got benched. We won though.
right.
You don't even remember that.
Right.
Okay. But I'm saying. So as a coach, you have to understand that, man, I have to understand they're attacking my main guy. I can't get buckets from him. I have to make an adjustment, whatever that adjustment is. And that's no fault against Monty. He's a great coach of the year. But T-Lou, if T-Lou's there, he's making that decision. It's a hard decision, but he's making it.
He's benching Chris Paul in Game 7.
Not benching him, but spurts here, spurts here. We got to see something else. I mean, apparently it didn't work.
Acknowledging that it has become a problem, and despite his stature, I'm just making sure I'm understanding, despite his stature in the game,
Coach the game, not the player.
coach the game, not the player. What do you think of that, JJ?
I think there's some validity to that, and I'll say because of the way they were playing Devin Booker, basically blitzing everything, whether that was the backside action on the dribble handoff, whether that was the step-up pick and rolls. They always had two on the ball with them. If CP is unwilling to shoot, unwilling to be aggressive, I agree with that. Here's a lost opportunity to me. James Johnson, for the last two trade deadlines, has preached continuity. I think they had an opportunity.
So there you have it. Patrick Beverly said bench Chris Paul because it's not working. They was double teaming Chris Paul, making him run off a lot of screens. He compared himself basically to me. Oh, when they bench me, well, you're not the same player. You're not an offensive player. You're an energy guy. You're a guy that's very aggressive. You're a guy to get everybody sparked. I don't think they should bench Chris Paul. Who are they going to play? They don't have any true backup to play that's going to pass the ball. They just did not shoot well. People didn't show up. Of course they're going to do what they do to Chris Paul. He's 6 feet, and they took advantage of certain things that limit him. His age, his catch up a little bit. Maybe they should have not benched Chris Paul, but let Devin Booker bring up the ball a little bit more, and make Devin Booker attack. Hey, this is Black D for Miss Black D Sports Report and more. Part 2 is coming up next.